What's going on, everyone? Kaneda here. We're the Honesty Nerds, and what may start as a prank can end in horror as we are talking the third and final film in the Fier Street trilogy, 1666. Now, spoilers be warned, we're going to get right into this. So in this one, we're brought back to the origin of the witch, the curse, and then taken back to the 90s to end it all. So we want to know what you thought of this trilogy. Was this your favorite one? Do you like this release schedule? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the conversation, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. All right, we are joined once again by Mike. Man, what did you think of this third one?
I enjoyed it. I mean, like I was saying before, I think it's the weakest of the three.
Yeah.
Like they hyped it up to more than what it was going to be. It wasn't a bad movie. It was a very slow burning movie for at least the first half, but I think the second half picked up, and it gave me very like the witch vibes.
Yeah,
kind of thing. As far as like how the like the setting and the costume design, even the dialogue, even like threw me back to there kind of a little bit. But overall, I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
that's the weaker of the three, I would say.
No, I agree with you because, like, you know, like we talked briefly about it before, but when I first watched it, like I was like, I'm following Twitter online, and they were hyping it up. And I was like, yeah, I guess this was the best one. And then I rewatched it, and you know, like when you think about them as individual films, like by the time we got to this one, I think I wanted it to be like either all like The Witch or something else. But you know, the fact that I think it's about 50 minutes into the movie, we come back to 1994. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like you said it when you texted me, you said like watch it as a trilogy, like back to back to back. And it makes more sense when you watch them continuously.
It is different.
The third one doesn't feel like a third film. It just feels like it's just there to wrap up the first two. Yeah. You know, like, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's its own movie in a way. And that's kind of where I feel like it missed. Because, like, you know, in the first two, we had the amazing music that kind of like takes you into the environment. And this, I mean, what were they going to do in the 1600s with the music and everything like that? But like, I think by using the same actors, it took you out of the element of being in the 1600s, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
the fact that they use the same actor, like the actors that got killed off in the previous movies. I did like that because we have time with those actors. But no, I feel what you're saying. Like, I can't relate to the 1600s. That's like 20 years ago.
That's why I feel like I almost wish that, like, I know it probably would have cost more, but if they used, because in the second one they used different actors, and I felt like if they kept using different actors, like for the third one as well, it might have just pulled you in a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Like it felt familiar.
Yeah,
the same actors. Yeah,
because like you're like, oh, like I know these people are probably gonna have like a relationship or something like that. You all know the cast of characters, and I think it would have been like I would have really felt like the eeriness of the 1600s had they been different actors, and then you could still like, you know, like do like a linear timeline jump and then have it be the people back in the future. But and then I will say, like, you know, we talked about how we loved the kills in the previous ones, and you know, the writing was very fun. But this one, I gotta admit, like when it came to killing the main guy at the mall, it just felt a little silly when they're all like dragging like the streams of the glow in the dark blood into the stores. I was like, this isn't as like, you know, funny, cool, campy as the previous ones, you know?
So it's always hard to wrap up a trilogy. Like that's always difficult to do. Because where do you end? How do you end it?
It makes me think things, because like when I thought about it, I was like, oh, if they just ended this in the 1600s, I would have wanted them to come back to the 90s.
Yeah, it's almost as if 1978 is like the stepchild. You just forget about that one.
Yeah.
If they made like 1994 longer, and then like 66, this could have been just the part one and part two kind of
thing. Yeah, no, for sure. Because I think like by naming it a trilogy, the format, like I really like the format and the release schedule, but They doesn't feel like 3 movies, and that's the only qualm that I have with it. Like, I enjoyed the experience. I loved the release of every single week, and I still had fun with it. But I don't know. Like, this one kind of just, it ends on a little bit of a lower note for me. I'm giving this about like a 6 out of 10.
Damn.
6, 7 out of 10. You know, like, I feel bad.
I'll give it a 7.
I feel bad, but it's like, I think after the first 2, I was like, this is like boom, boom, boom. And I thought we were going to keep going all the way up.
Yeah.
And then, like, you don't get the music. And like you said, you get that slow drag a little bit. And I had a feeling the sheriff was going to be tied in some way. But I don't know. It did let me down, but I did overall just enjoy the experience. If they wanted to do like another 3-week horror movie or any type of series like that, I'd be down.
There's like over 100 Fier Street books, so they have plenty of like source material to pull from.
Okay.
22.
Would you come back for another trilogy from the Fier Street?
Yeah, I'm down. I have nothing to do. It's just working and home.
Bring it out next summer. All right. Well, did you have any other comments about this film or anything?
Again, I think this would have been better for an October.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I did like they explored more about the Salem witch trials. It felt that kind of vibe to it, and like the generational trauma from people from Shadyside. Like they were getting stuff blamed on them that ultimately had nothing to do with them. Like, it wasn't their fault that they were,
I wish they like leaned a little bit more into that. We got like more of that, because once they came back to the sheriff's house and everything, you saw that lineage. I thought that was really cool. I was like, like we're getting like the history and the lore.
I did like at the end too that when they ended the curse, like stuff started happening on Sunnyvale. Yeah, it started to even out a little. I was like, yeah, that's what you get. Yeah.
No. I mean, it was a lot of fun. That's why I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll settle at a 7. So the last ones that I was hovering closer to a 9. This one's about a 7. I definitely want more from the Fier Street series, but yeah, I mean, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. But if you're listening at home, let us know what you thought in the comments. Until the next time, see you soon.
Peace.